In the last few months, I have played Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4 and platinum done both, so it only makes sense to play Get Out of Hell, the next in line. That's exactly what we're going to do in this video. Get Out of Hell is pretty much just a DLC game from Saints Row 4. Follows up the story of Saints Row 4. It's not really that in depth, but it's an extra game, so you can't really complain. The trophies in Get Out of Hell are mainly based around the challenges and taking over the map, like a typical Saints Row game. But talking about trophies, there's 46 trophies altogether to collect, including the platinum, as well as it being a 2 out of 10 difficulty, a 1 playthrough, and a 22 hours to complete. That's me waffled for long enough now, so let's get right into the game. The story starts off in the ship that we finish in Saints Row 4. It's Kingsley's birthday, she doesn't really want to celebrate it. However, Matt brings up the idea of a Ouija board, and that brings her interest. I was playing the Ouija board, Shaundi asks if the boss will ever take a mate. The Ouija board tells us back it'll be Jezebel. Wondering who Jezebel is, the boss gets sucked into a portal that leads to hell. Johnny comes up with a plan of going into hell straight after the boss to rescue him. Kingsley agrees to help. That's exactly where our story starts. After fiddling about with a Ouija board, it opens another portal and it allows Johnny and Kingsley to jump into hell to save the boss. As soon as we land in hell, we see a billboard with a familiar face, Ultra. That's exactly where we head to get more information where the boss is. We steal a car right off the bat and head straight for his building. As soon as we get there, we are faced with Dane, someone that we know from the past. He agrees to help us as he wants the devil's territory for himself. He tells us about 4 people that might be able to help his cause, who are also being backstabbed by the devil. But before we go and help our 4 future friends, Dane has a secret up his sleeve. He gives Johnny a broken halo, which gives him the ability to fly. With giving Johnny the broken halo, we get our first trophy, Fallen Angel, for getting our first supernatural powers. After that, we get the explanation of how the game works. We need to cause as much chaos as possible to get the devil's attention to get an invite to the wedding. The more damage we cause, the more of the devil's attention that we get. As shown on the screen, there's 3 bars of wrath we need to fill to get the devil's full attention and get the invite to the wedding. All we need to do is go around, do activities, do survivals, anything causes mayhem. That's exactly what we're doing. Most of these trophies, as I said, are just us taking over the map and completing the challenges. We're going to get right into that. But before we get into that, we got another trophy, Level 1 Demon, for buying your first upgrade from the upgrade store. The first thing we're going to do is all the activities around the map to get a little bit of extra money and extra RP. Whilst doing the first Hellblazing, we got another trophy for flying continuously for 60 seconds. Shortly after that, we're going to our next activity and we get another trophy, Cluster Luck, for collecting at least 5 soul clusters without touching the ground. While still doing the activities, we get 2 more super power trophies. The first one being the Wings of an Angel, for being in the air for a total of 10 minutes. Not long after that, we get the trophy Raise the Roof, smacking our head off any object 10 times whilst while running. As soon as the 2 trophies are done, we go back to completing the activities, and after completing our last activity, we actually unlock one of Satan's wraths, the first step in 3. For doing that, it retaliates and puts down these spires around the map that are willing to shoot us out of the air with a locked missile. That brings us to the next trophy, Top Gunner. For this, we need to shoot down a spiral with the blast superpower whilst we are hovering. After doing that, we get a trophy. And talking about the blast superpower, we get extra superpowers for saving our comrades that Dane told us about. For saving the twins, we get the blast superpower. For saving Shakespeare, we get the stomp superpower. For saving Vlad, we get the aura superpower. And for saving Blackbeard, we get the summons superpower. After obtaining all these superpowers, we get trophies for getting a certain amount of kills with each one. The first one being getting stoned, for killing 100 demons with a stone blast. After that is the footprints in the sand, for killing 150 demons with a stomp superpower. The third one is the oxymoric superpower, for killing 100 demons using the cold fire aura superpower. And last and final one is purple demons, for getting 100 demon kills using the minions summoned superpower. After doing all the superpower trophies, we get 2 lava based trophies. The first one being Soft Shoe, for staying in contact with the lava for 10 seconds without dying. The second one is Extra Crispy, for simply dying in the lava. After the 2 trophies, we do get another trophy as well for collecting 100 soul clusters. That trophy is called Soul in 1. A lot of the challenges are mainly getting a certain amount of kills with every weapon. However, there are 7 deadly weapons we need to get a certain amount of kills with too, but for some of them we get certain trophies. For example, with the God's Hammer, for getting 100 kills we get the trophy Nailed It. For the weapon Essence of Wrath we get Shut Your Eyes. For getting 250 kills with that. For getting the Essence of Sloth, we get the Sloth Love Chunk for getting 250 kills with that. Not only the trophies, for getting 25 demon kills with each of the 7 deadly weapons, we get the 7 deadly weapons trophy. Last and final trophy for the weapons we get for upgrading one weapon to its max, which we need to do anyway for one of the challenges. For that we get the trophy The Devil's Duels. You also notice for some of the trophies I was Kinsey, and that's because we need to play for 2 hours as Gat and Kinsey separately. And that gets us the trophy Seprium and Cheprium. Whilst doing all the trophies we end up going up another bar of the Satan's Wrath. For that we end up getting a surprise visit from Jezebel, who has run away from her father. She tells us she can get us into the wedding as she has an invite for Johnny. That's exactly the plan. That will happen the next time we go up to the third Wrath. But in retaliation, the devil captures all of our comrades and we need to go and save them. After taking out the demons, we have captured them, we save our comrades and we go straight back to causing havoc around the world. Whilst causing some havoc, we also pick up a lot of miscellaneous trophies as well, the first one being out of the frying pan for knocking a vehicle into the lava. Not long after that we end up having 5 imps attached to us at one time, getting us a trophy Hell Boy. Also in that miscellaneous trophy list we get the trophy Gnarly Wave for car surfing a comet, which is a very fragile car whilst it explodes. And also using the comet we get another trophy called Are You Crazy for getting the comet into the Altor lobby. Staying on the topic of vehicles, we got another trophy called Terminal Hog for taking down an extraction facility whilst on a motorcycle. Whilst doing all the miscellaneous trophies, we also go for the collectibles as well. The first one being the Book of Mortman for finding 64 tombs, which are books scattered across the world. After that is the Barn Burner for finding 75 barnstorming diversion locations, which is simply for flying under bridges, anything like that. Straight after that is Soul Drain for finding 100% of all the soul clusters. With the soul clusters they're used for supernatural upgrades, which leads us to our next trophy, Fell from Heaven, for purchasing all upgrades for our powers. And with doing that we can choose a new element for all our supernatural powers, which gets us a trophy, My Dear Watson. Whilst flying about for all the collectibles we get 2 flying trophies as well. The first one being Shooting Star, we're flying 500 metres whilst on fire. As well as that trophy we get the trophy Fly You Fools for flying 250,000 metres in the entire game. With doing all the miscellaneous trophies and finding all the collectibles, we finally do get the third Wrath of the Satan, which allows us to sneak into the palace for the wedding. But the devil catches us in the act with a perfect map for Jezebel after seeing how she's willing to kill him for Johnny. It sets up a wedding between Johnny and Jezebel and the boss can go free. Although our plan is still to crash the wedding, we're not going to deal with that now because we still have a few trophies to get. First trophy we get after all that cutscene is Imp Fanatic for killing 50 of our own summoned imps. Keeping on the summoned path, we end up getting the Put Up Your Dukes trophy for killing an Archduke with a melee attack, which our summon Legion ends up doing for us. Whilst on that path, we end up killing 25 Archdukes altogether, getting us a trophy Hazardous Dukes. A little later after that, we go back into the Torment Fraud. We will have to hit 5 vehicles in a row without touching the ground, getting us a trophy Let's Bounce. We are coming to the end of the game now, so we do end up getting a trophy called HE for completing 2 full districts in the game, basically taking over the map. Whilst trying to complete the 2 districts, we do get another trophy called Plague of Gat for killing 1000 demons with any combination of superpower. After doing the 2 districts, there's 2 flight or climbing trophies included. The first one being Epic Flight Quest, from flying from the roof of Snowball's Chance to Cinderpole HQ. And the other one is Saint's Creed, for standing on the tallest mast of Queen Anne's Revenge, which is Blackbeard's boat. With most of the trophies done, all we need to do is complete the rest of the challenges. It's only one challenge left where we've got to upgrade all our guns. However, that takes a lot of money, so we just decide to go ahead with the final mission, crashing the wedding. We walk straight in and shoot the devil in the face, and that is the mission done. Of course not. We've got a boss battle on our hands to save Jezebel and the boss. Not gonna lie, the boss battle isn't something that's hugely fanatic. It's simply just shoot the devil for long enough, break his shield, then continue to shoot him. After a few times of that, we finally do defeat the devil, get the boss and Jezebel back to the ship, but we stay in hell to take over the map. For completing the game, we do get 2 trophies. The first one for completing all the city takeover, which is double hockey sticks, and the second one for being Satan punchers, for beating the game. All we need to do now is complete the challenges, which is simply to upgrade all the guns. We just need to earn enough money to do so, and when we do, after a lot of grinding, we do get the trophy Kings of Hell. That leads to the last 2 trophies, which are both timed. The first one is called Double Trouble, for playing Saints Row for 3 hours with a co-op partner, which we've done by just putting on a second PS4 and sitting in the altar lobby. And last and final trophy is 20/20 vision, for spending 20 hours in hell, which again we just sit in the lobby of Altar, leading us to a platinum trophy. I want to thank you for watching the video. Please tell me if you got to the end of it, and also tell me in the comments if you enjoyed the video, as well as if you want to see any games. I'd love to hear your recommendations. Again, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.